Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes new makeup releases, testing them out, first impressions reviews, get ready with me, tutorials, and today I am really excited to share with you the brand new from Jaclyn Cosmetics Strawberry Feels collection. When this was released and I saw the palette, I instantly knew that I had to have it. I love the berry tones in this palette. I've been very impressed with the Jaclyn Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. I did pick up her Dear Mom palette and did an entire Get Ready With Me tutorial on that palette. I'll link that video down below for you. So as soon as this collection was released, I knew I had to pick up some pieces, starting with the Strawberry Feels eyeshadow palette. One thing I really like about this palette is there are only 2 shimmers and 8 mattes. That's a nice ratio for me. I enjoy having more mattes than shimmers just because we generally put 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes on our eyes and only 1 or 2 shimmers. So I like that we have quite the selection of mattes. We have a white matte, which I'm definitely using to lighten up and blend out and use as a transition. And then we have a couple of really deep mattes as well to really intensify the look and add some depth. There is no mirror in the palette, but I will say that the packaging is absolutely adorable. I love the Strawberry Feels theme. She just nailed it with the packaging and the color story in the palette. I also picked up one of the lip liners and one of her new Strawberry Feels collection liquid lips. Her lip liners are some of the best out there. They are very underrated. They are so creamy and nice, and I enjoy her liquid lips as well. I decided to go ahead and pick up the shade Juicy in both the lip liner and the liquid lip. Some of the other shades in the collection weren't my favorite. The orange was a little too bright and orange for me, and the other one was a little bit too bright pink, and I thought this kind of fell right in the middle and would pair absolutely beautiful with the eyeshadow palette. Per usual, the lip liner was very creamy. The color is beautiful. The liquid lipstick also applied for the swatch very nicely, very creamy. Now, of course, it's a liquid lipstick, so it is going to dry down a little bit. I generally pop a lip oil over the top, and so we'll see how this particular liquid lip feels, but I'm very excited to have this as well as the Strawberry Feels palette. It is available on the Jaclyn Cosmetics website as well as on Ulta. I'll go ahead and link it down below for you. There is a couple other pieces to the collection, including some more lip liners and liquid lips and a lip mask. I decided to pass on those, but I can't wait to play with what I picked up. So let me zoom you in and let's get started on our eye look with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Strawberry Feels palette. So the first thing that I'm going to do, as I always do before applying any shadow, is I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I find that my shadow is a lot less likely to crease if I apply an eyeshadow primer, and also it definitely draws out the true pigmentation of the shadows. So the first shade that I'm going to use as my transition shade in my crease is this beautiful pink shade here called Lemonade. I'm not getting a lot of kick up in the pan when I'm picking up that shade. It's applying so far really nicely. I like to kind of tap in my shadow and then I go and blend it out from there. By tapping it in, it really applies the shadow to the crease, gives it a lot of pigmentation, and then you can go in and blend it out, smooth it out, and even it out with that typical windshield wiper motion. This is a really pretty color, this Lemonade color. I really like this. It's very much a strawberry pink. It is what you would find like a strawberry starburst. That's what it reminds me of, that type of pink. It's laying down really nicely. I'm not seeing any patchiness or any fallout. I did go ahead and make a second dip into the shadow to add that little bit of extra pigmentation, which is nice. Some people don't want that pow in your face right off the bat. They want to be able to have the option to build it up. So I like that about this shadow, that you're able to build it up and add some extra pigmentation, and you can see that I'm really getting that true pink coming through now. Tap, 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 and blend. Look at how pretty that is. It is just a beautiful pink shade, and it applied beautifully. Next, I'm going into the shade All the Feels, and I'm picking that up on a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to concentrate that just on my crease. So I'm going to essentially draw it in to just the fold of my crease, and then we'll blend it out. And this is going to add some dimension and depth to the crease. But we're still going to be able to see that really pretty pink, lighter pink lemonade shade right above it. I really like this color, All the Feels. It is a deep pinky mauve. It's really pretty. It's pretty unique to my collection. I don't know that I have a shade like this in my collection. It is beautiful, and it is layering really nicely on that lemonade shade. Definitely added the depth that I was looking for in my crease. Absolutely stunning, stunning. With that same fluffy brush that I applied lemonade, not picking up any more shadow, I'm just going to give both of those colors a quick blend together. Again, they layered really nicely. You can see the dimension and the depth between lemonade and All the Feels. Next, I'm using Berry Whipped, which is really the darkest shade in the palette, on a flat shader brush, and I'm going to apply that just in the outer corner to add that little bit of depth. This shade is gorgeous. I really like that. It is a deep, deep berry tone, kind of veering on a maroon. It is beautiful, and it looks so nice with these other two shades. All that pigmentation with one swipe into the palette, one dip into Berry Whipped. Wow, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love all of these shades, but that Berry Whipped shade, it is stunning. I went ahead and cleaned the big fluffy brush off that I use for the shade Lemonade, and I'm going to go into the white shade in the palette called Picnic, and I'm going to use that, tapping it in right above the shade Lemonade and blending. And that's just going to add a really pretty transition and add just that little bit of white, which really brightens up the eye. See how pretty that white is? I brought that pretty close to my brows, just about 1/4 inch or so below my brows, blended it out with the Lemonade and All the Feels. I really like the white. It definitely blends things out, lightens it up a little bit. You could also use the shade Picnic in your crease if you want a little bit lighter look, and then you could layer on top of it. It's a really nice addition to the palette. I'm going to apply some of my NYX glitter glue to my lids. I like to use glitter glue when I'm placing down shimmers. Again, kind of like eyeshadow primer, it keeps it in place all day, prevents them from creasing, and I feel like you get the true shimmer shine, glitter, goodness of the shimmers when you use a primer. I'll make sure that I link the NYX glitter glue down below for you. As always, I like to try shimmers out with my finger first and then see about picking them up on a brush, see how they apply. So we're going to go into the darkest shimmer in the palette called Fresh Picked. That is really pretty. That is a very deep raspberry color, and I'm going to apply that on my lid, focusing on the outer about 3/4 of my lid, leaving my inner corner for the lighter shimmer shade in the palette. This is really pretty. It's a really pretty shimmer. It's not like an indie shimmer. You know how you get that beautiful shift in sparkle? It's definitely not an indie shimmer. It's a little bit more flat than that, but it's still really pretty, and it looks beautiful with the mattes. I'm able to build up Fresh Picked, that shimmer, by just going back into the palette with my finger and really getting a little bit deeper, darker shimmer. It is really pretty, but like I said, it doesn't have that wow that a lot of the other indie shimmers do, but it's still a really pretty shade, and it pairs really nicely with the mattes. I'm going to use the other shimmer in the palette called Sugar Coated. I'm going to actually pick that up on a brush. I like to test shimmers to see if you can apply them as easily with the brush as your finger, and then I'm going to focus that on the inner portion of my lid. That is really pretty as well. It's not the typical really powerful shimmer like some of the indie brands and even some of the mainstream brands. The shimmers are a little bit lackluster in the palette. I mean, they're still really, really pretty. You can see them on the eye. They blend really nicely. They layer really nicely, but they're just not as intense as other shimmers that I have in my collection. But like I said, they are still really pretty, and they are applying really nicely with a brush or with your finger. Using Sugar Coated, I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight as well. And again, there are only the 2 shimmers in the palette. The shimmers are still really pretty and they add a lot of depth to the eye look. For my lower lash line, I'm using Cobbler. We have not used this matte. This is a little bit more of an orangey terracotta matte versus more of the berry tones that we've used with the look. I really like this shade as well. This is stunning. Remember I mentioned that there was an orange liquid lipstick? It's a little bit brighter than this shade, so that lipstick would actually look really pretty. If your main focus of your eye look was Cobbler, that lippy would probably look really good with it. It is definitely a little bit more orangey toned, but you still have that berry undertone. So again, it just goes beautifully with the other mattes. And I'm going to blend out that shade Cobbler with another matte we haven't used yet called Day Date. It's a little bit brighter, lighter pink than the shade Lemonade that we used in our crease. Those 2 shades together are so beautiful on the lower lash line. Lastly, back into Sugar Coated, the lightest shimmer in the palette, and I'm going to apply that just on the inner corner and then swipe that over. You know I love a good shimmery lower lash line. So here are the shadows applied, the mattes and the shimmers. They are really, really beautiful. I am going to go ahead and apply some liner, mascara, lashes, and I'll be back and we will do our lips together. We'll test out the new Strawberry Feels Juicy Lip Liner and Liquid Lipstick. So I have on mascara, liner, and lashes. As I'm looking at this look up close, I love it. I love everything about it. It is so beautiful. The mattes, look at how they blended. I mean, absolutely perfection. The shimmers are really, really pretty. And like I said, you know, they're not intense shimmers, but they're still really pretty and they pair so nicely with the mattes. She did an excellent job with the 2 shimmers she did choose to add to the palette. So I really, really like the eye look. I can't wait to test out the lip product. So let's go ahead and start with the Juicy Lip Liner. Oh yeah, typical creamy, creamy formula. I always say that her lip liners are very underrated. I have a lot of lip liners in my collection, well over 50, and hers are really, truly some of the best. And I do actually really like this color. I'm glad that I went with the deeper shade out of the 3 that she released. So let's test the liquid lip. Smells like strawberry, so yummy. That went on really, really nice. It was a very creamy liquid lipstick formula, surprisingly extremely creamy, and I really love the color. It's bright and bold, which all 3 of the liquid lips in this collection are bright and bold, but it is such a pretty color. I have nothing in my collection similar to this color. It is that bright pinky berry. I really, really love it. The formula feels really nice. It dried down like a typical liquid lip, but it doesn't feel really dry on the lips, like Sahara Desert dry. It actually is very comfortable. So let me go ahead and finish getting ready for the day and let's go over my final thoughts on the Strawberry Feels collection. So I'm all ready for the day and I am back to give you my final thoughts on the Jaclyn Cosmetics Strawberry Feels collection. Let's first go ahead and start with the eyeshadow palette. I'm impressed. I am impressed with everything about this palette. I will say that the mattes are 10 out of 10. They're really, really good in this palette. They're buildable, they're blendable, they are not patchy at all. Lots and lots of pigmentation. So I'm really grateful that there's 8 out of 10 shades, 8 of them are mattes. Now the shimmers are pretty. Are they the best shimmers I've ever used? No, absolutely not. I have a lot of shimmers in my collection that are much, much better, but these shimmers are still good and they do pair really nicely with the mattes in the palette, which we know I love a good shifty, shimmery shade. So the shimmers, like I said, aren't my favorite, but the mattes are really good. Do I think this palette is worth it? 100%. It is a very beautiful color story. I have a large eyeshadow palette collection, and this is unique to my collection, especially these fun shades down here. All the feels, berry whipped, and even lemonade. Those are shades that I don't have in my collection, and I really, really love them. I love, love, love how my eye look turned out, and I can't wait to play with the palette more. Now let's talk about the Strawberry Fields lip products. I love this lip color. I mean, love it. This is my favorite lip color in my collection, and like eyeshadow palettes, I have a very, very large lip collection. This color, again, is so unique. It's bold, it's beautiful. I really, really love it. The lip liner, creamy perfection. Like I said, she has some of the best lip liner formula. And then the liquid lipstick. I've been wearing this now for about 30 to 45 minutes. I do not have any gloss over the liquid lipstick, and it is really, really comfortable. And it's transfer proof. I actually just finished drinking my coffee and had 0 liquid lip on my coffee cup. So I love that it's a comfortable liquid lipstick that you can wear on its own. Now, of course, you could layer it with some lip gloss or lip oil, but it's very, very comfortable on its own. And like I said, probably my favorite lip color in my collection. I am so, so, so happy that I picked up the shade Juicy. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the collection? What do you think of my eye look? Did you pick up any of the items in the collection, or did I sway you to add these to your eyeshadow and lip product collection? Of course, I will link these down below for you so that you can get your hands on them. Again, I think it's an excellent release from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I love the palette. I love, and when I say love, I don't say that lightly, love the lip color. I can't wait to wear it all the time. You're gonna be seeing this lip color a lot. So if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Check out the description box down below for the Strawberry Fields collection, all of my favorite beauty boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, if you're interested in recreating this look. And of course, come on over, follow me on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm in love. I got all the feels with the Strawberry Fields collection.